High School. We set a good example for our students and in attendance. Now for the starting lineup, forward to the foul line as well. For the East Carter County Redbirds, number 5, Bang. Number 3, number 10, number 12, Schaefer. Number 4, Cadence Reynolds. 20, Anna Willis. For the starting lineup, his leader, left fielder, playing number 9, playing number more. Today's 6, PJ Golson. Rounding out the lineup and playing shop and on the scoreboard, the Donettes, by Brad Coach Hagerman. Number 1, Mallory. Number 2, Olivia Crute. Number 12, Randa Frankie. Number 17, Madison Turner. The 2-hole with the catching duty today. Number 5. Today for the Donettes. Number 9, Madison. The 6-hole playing left field. Batting 7th, number 19, Hannah Ponder. Playing right field. Hitting 14. Please remove your best. Number 19, Hannah Ponder. competitive, but it is an educational experience for players. Let's show respect in sports behavior. All right, need to go.
Where's it good? Start. He says you're good now.
Get the table out of my truck back there. Luke, bring that chair. Thank you, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quick Creek Field here at Doniphan High School. Today we have a semifinals matchup between the Doniphan Donettes and the East Carter County Redbirds. Today's starting lineup, hitting leadoff for East Carter County, number 24, Naomi Crowley. Number 9, playing center field, Brooklyn Loftus. Number 1 in catching, Madison Holloway. Number 20, playing third base, Shelby Sear. The pitcher for today for East Carter County is number 2, McKenna Moore. The designated player wearing number 17, Aaliyah Corsi. Playing right field wearing number 6, we've got PJ Golson. Playing second base, number 19, Kennedy Thies. And rounding out the lineup, hitting in the 9 hole, playing first base, we've got Bailey Gargak wearing number 23. Defensively, the Donettes have Timberly Mashton playing first base, Lexi Day with the catching duties, Paige Eddington at shortstop, Kaylee Davis pitching, Madison Eddington playing second base, Audrey Holland in left field, Hannah Ponder at third base, Carly Harder in right field, and Jalen Dutton in center field. And the game is about to get underway. All right, in steps Naomi Crowley. Davis on the rubber. Sets, kicks, fires home. We've got a swinging bunt, line drive to Hannah Ponder. She knocks it down at third base, no throw, flips it back to Davis. That was a hard hit ball, came running out of the box, made good contact, squared it up, hit it right at Ponder. Ponder couldn't come up with it.
I changed my mind here.
That's going to be written down as a single. In steps number 9, Brooklyn Loftus. Loftus takes one on the outside corner. Sets, kicks, fires home. Foul ball, got a 1-1 count. Davis with the ball, sets, kicks, fires home. Takes one right down the middle for strike 2 called. Got a 1-2 count, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. In the semifinals matchup of the Doniphan Donettes versus the East Carter County Lady Redbirds. The winner will advance to play Willow Springs tomorrow here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Davis comes home, that ball finishes high. Day thinks about throwing down to first, puts it in her back pocket, throws it back to Davis. Count now falls 2-2. Nobody out, runner on first base. Davis sets, kicks, fires, taken for low for a ball, runs it full. Crowley got to start it off in the top of the first inning with a base hit. Hard hit ball to Hannah Ponder at third base. Davis fires home. Swing, and that's a base hit into left field. Holland goes to cut it off. That ball's going to get in the gap. Holland cuts it down. Crowley advances to third, rounding third, going home. Play at the plate, safe. And Loftus is also going to advance to third on the throw. That's going to be scored a double into left field. The ball that got into the gap just got by Holland just enough for Crowley to go ahead and cross the plate and score. And that's going to move Loftus up to third on the throw. East Carter jumps out to a 1-0 lead here. In steps number 1, Madison Holloway. Davis fires, takes one low. Nobody out, runner on third base. Davis fires home. Slaps it into right field. That ball's going to get down. Harder comes up, wants to go to first. There's nobody there. Mashing wasn't on the bag. Had to play at first. Maybe that ball was hit hard enough. Harder was wanting the out at first base, and it just wasn't there. That's going to score 1. East Carter's now going to take a 2-0 lead on a base hit by Holloway. Crowley and Loftus both have scored here in the top of the first inning. In steps number 20, Shelby Sear. Sear takes one low. Davis fires down to first base. She's going to be safe at first base. Time called. Davis looking in, gets her sign from Day. Day crowds on the inside of the corner of the plate. Sets, fires home. Taken for a ball. Davis got herself in a little bit of a pinch here. Sitting in a 2-0 count. Has already given up 2 runs. Got a runner on first and still nobody out for the Donettes. Davis fires home. Swinging, that ball hits in on her hands. But that's going to be a foul ball, moving us to a 2-1 count. Sears hitting out of the 4-hole today. Davis winds up, fires another strike, helping herself out here, trying to pull herself out. Got a 2-2 count now. Trying to come all the way back and get that first elusive out of the inning. Donettes have had a couple chances here. East Carter's just putting the ball in play. Davis fires home, swing and a miss, and she picks up a K. That was much needed. Got 1 out now. Coach Eddington signs from the dugout, putting some double play coverage on, I would guess. Paige Eddington at shortstop's barking some orders to her sister Madison at second base. Paige shifts in behind second. Ball's coming in. That ball's called for a strike. Looked a little bit low. The ball's called a strike. Starts off ahead. Davis gets ahead 0-1's first time she's been ahead to a batter to start out. Another foul ball. That's going to be 2 strikes now. Davis way ahead. McKenna Moore's got 2 strikes on her. Davis sets, fires home. Swing, foul ball straight back. Ball was up and out of the zone a little bit. Davis trying to get her to chase. Moore battles, sends it straight back. Stays alive with an 0-2 count. Davis gets a sign for Day. Day moves to the outside corner of the plate. Davis fires home. Ball's taken low. Got a 1-2 count here. Still just 1 down here. 2-0 game in the top of the first inning. Davis working ahead now. Sets, kicks, fires home. Hard line drive to Madison Eddington at second base. That's going to be out on the line drive. They're going to double McKenna Moore off of first base. That's going to be a double play to end the inning. The Donettes really needed to get out of a jam there, and that was the play to do it on. We've got a line drive that's going to be scored and out to second base, and then it's going to be turned to double play over at first base. The Donettes are going to come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, down 2-0.
Hey, is he muted? Did you pick that up?
Okay. The Donettes come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, down 2. The lineup for the Donettes looks like this. We've got Timberly Mashing leading off for the Donettes, followed by Lexi Day. The 3-hole is going to be Paige Eddington, followed in the 4-hole by Kaylee Davis. The 5-hole is going to be Madison Eddington, followed by Audrey Holland and then Hannah Ponder. In the 8-hole is Carly Harder, and it's going to be cleaned up by number 9, Jalen Dutton. Once again, the winner of this game will move on to play in the Class 2 District 2 championship game here tomorrow at Quick Creek Field in Doniphan, Missouri at 5 o'clock. That game, the winner of this game, will play Willow Springs once again tomorrow at 5 o'clock. In steps Timberly Mashing. Leadoff hitter, plays first base. McKenna Moore fires home. Timberly Mashing hacks at the first pitch she sees. Puts herself in a hole, 0-1. Mashing looking on, Moore fires home. Mashing's going to take one on the inside part of the plate. Falls behind 0-2. Mashing chokes up a little bit on the bat. Moore fires home. Mashing fires one down the right field line. That ball may get fair. No! That ball is going to fall just foul. A great effort by right fielder P.J. Golson, trying to make a diving attempt in right. But that ball is going to fall. Timberly Mashing's going to get herself out of a jam there. It's going to come back to the plate, 0-2. Got a second life. Mashing digs in. Moore's on the bump looking in. Sets, kicks, fires home. That ball's taken high. Tried to get Mashing to chase out of the zone a little bit there maybe. Mashing with a 1-2 count on her. McKenna Moore's pitch right down the middle. Mashing looks like it hit off the hands. A little soft liner caught by the shortstop on a soft liner. 1 down for the Donettes. In steps the catcher for today, number 5, Lexi Day. Day looks down and gets a sign from Coach Brad Eddington at third base. The Donettes with the black on black, the East Carter County Redbirds wearing the white tops with the black pants. Day takes one on the outside corner. It's called ball 1. Moore's pitch to the plate is a hard hit ball down the third base line. I've got a little discussion on whether that's a fair or foul ball. Jerry Moore calls it foul. Coach Brad Eddington's really wanting that ball to be fair. Doesn't say a whole lot more. Turns around, headed back to the box. Day's coming back down the line. Gonna go at it again. It was a well hit ball, hard down the third base line. Day steps back in the box with a 1-1 count. McKenna Moore fires home. Day puts a hard line drive right over the shortstop's head. That ball's kind of in the gap. Day with a big round at first base. Just thinks better of it, but the ball's a little bit airmailed. Day's still going to back her way back to first base, and she's going to be content with that single to get the Donettes on the board with their first hit of the night. In steps number 3, Paige Eddington, shortstop for the night. Probably the best hitter for the Donettes. plays shortstop, bats 3 home. Eddington gets the pitch, fires home, ball's high. Day with a big lead off first base, fires down to first. Day is going to walk into second, and he's going to take that bag easily. That's going to go down as a stolen base for Day. The catcher, Madison Holloway, is going to fire down to first base, and Day, with ease, is going to take second on her. That puts a run in scoring position for Paige Eddington. Paige steps in with a 1-0 count. And it doesn't look like they're even going to try to pitch to her, as the catcher isn't even going to squat behind the home plate. They're just going to work at the top of the zone. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Eddington found one that she liked, if she decided to take a hack at it, because they're staying over the middle, just a little bit high out of the zone. Eddington works the count to 3-0. Doesn't look like they want any part of her. Taking that opportunity to score in Day from second base. And fires home again. Ball 4 to Paige Eddington. And Paige is going to run down to first base. And that's going to put runners at first and second with the cleanup hitter, number 21, Kaylee Davis, stepping in the box. Keep in mind the Donettes are down 2-0 right now. This would be a great opportunity for Kaylee Davis to help herself out. Kind of pitched herself into a little bit of a jam in the first inning. Gave up some hard hit balls. This would be a great opportunity for her to contribute, help her team back out, try to dig out of this hole that they're in early in the first inning. She takes ball 1. Davis steps back in the box. McKenna Moore comes set, fires home. Davis with a swing, he's going to say it made contact with her in the box, foul ball. Got a 1-1 count. It looks like Coach Kirby's going to come out and talk to her pitcher. All right, just to recap, we've got Lexi Day standing out at second base. Paige Eddington standing over at first base. And Kaylee Davis is in the box trying to help herself out here. She's got a 1-1 count on her. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning of this semifinals matchup of the Class 2 District 2 game. McKenna Moore looks in. Rocks and fires to Davis. Davis takes that ball low. It's going to scoot away from the catcher, Madison Holloway. Everybody's going to advance up. Eddington's going to move into second. Lexi Day is going to move into third. Kaylee Davis, big opportunity. Got 2 runs in scoring position here and just 1 out. This is a great opportunity for Davis to help herself out and get the Donettes back in this ball game early. Once again, got a 2-1 count, 1 out. The Doniphan Donettes dugout comes to life, trying to cheer on their pitcher, wanting some runs. Davis has got time, steps in the box. Moore sets, kicks, delivers. Third baseman Shelby Sears playing way in. Davis takes ball 3. That's going to scoot away from Holloway, but not far enough to score Davis from third base. Davis is sitting 3-1 count. You got to wonder if Coach Eddington's going to have her take here, unless it's absolutely perfect. She's way ahead. It's going to be her pick of pitches that if she wants to swing in a 3-1 count. Moore looking on, fires to Davis. Davis takes ball 4 high. That's going to load him up for the number 5 hitter, Madison Eddington. And that's going to be back-to-back walks given up by McKenna Moore. Coach Eddington is going to have a courtesy runner, Olivia Kreutz, coming in. Number 2 is going to run for Kaylee Davis at first base as pitcher. Davis did her part in helping herself out. The Doniphan Donettes dugout is really wanting some runs right here. In steps number 9, Madison Eddington. Coach Eddington puts on some signs. We're going to see what he's got cooking down there at third base. Madison's got time called. McKenna Moore looks on. Madison's ready. Moore is going to fire home. Madison's going to take the first pitch right down the middle, called strike. Puts herself behind 0-1. After walking 2 straight hitters, that's what you really, really want to see out of McKenna Moore, is her coming back and firing a strike right there to the next hitter. Moore rocks, fires home. That ball's going to be on the outside corner, though. She's thrown 14 pitches today, and 8 of those have been balls. Struggling finding the strike zone a little bit is McKenna Moore. Moore fires. That ball's going to be high again. Falling behind 2-1. Coach Eddington yelling from the third base box, telling his hitter, be patient up there, find the one you like. Moore fires in. He's going to even it back up at 2-2. Madison Eddington wanting to do some damage here. Moore fires to the plate. Madison fouls one straight back. She's right on her. If she'll come in there again for a pitch she can handle, I'd like to see her put one in the gap right here. With Olivia Kreutz coming into courtesy run for Kaylee Davis. A ball put in the gap. Even if it gets by any of these fielders in the outfield, got a chance to score 3 with Olivia at first base. Madison's going to hit one right back to the pitcher. It's going to get by her, though, fielded by the second baseman. Going to fire to first base. She's going to be out there, but the Donettes are going to get on the board, scoring Lexi Day from third. So still have a runner at second, third. Have a chance to score some runs here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. That's going to be an RBI for Madison Eddington on the ground out. In steps number 7, Audrey Holland. Moore fires to the plate. Holland's going to take that first pitch strike, which isn't a bad thing to do because, like I said, McKenna Moore is having a hard time finding the strike zone. She's thrown about 16 pitches now and about 50% for strikes. So there's no sense in going up and hacking at the first pitch. It's not one you really, really like. But Holland's going to fall quickly behind 0-2 as Moore suddenly found the strike zone with back-to-back strikes here. Moore rocks and fires again. Holland's going to swing at one well out of the zone. Way out of the zone. And that's going to be a K. And that's going to end the Donettes rally there, down at the end of the first inning, 2-1 to the East Carter County Redbirds. All right, now we're back here at the top of the second inning. The Doniphan Donettes trail by a score of 2-1. I'm sure Coach Eddington would have liked to have had a couple more runs there with runners at second and third and only 1 out in that first inning, but he only comes away with 1. Davis has got the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to the plate this inning. East Carter's going to be started out by number 17, Aaliyah Corsi, followed up by number 6, PJ Golson, and rounded out by number 19, Kennedy Thies. The Donettes would like a quick 1-2-3 here and come back in and get to doing some more hitting. All right, in steps number 17, Aaliyah Corsi. All right, Davis wants a 1-2-3 inning here. She's thrown a lot of strikes, but the East Carter's just hitting the ball extremely well. And she's going to jump out ahead on Coursey with a first pitch fastball for a strike. Got a little bunt, comes back to Davis. Davis fires over to first. Nothing to it as she picks up her first out quickly in the top of the second inning. That's going to go down as a 1-3 in the scorebook. In steps number 6, P.J. Golson. Davis sets, kicks, fires to Golson. Ball is going to be taken just on the inside corner. Davis brings it to the plate. That ball is taken for a strike, says plate umpire Jerry Moore. Davis has worked herself back in the count, 1-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. The Donettes down 2-1. Davis fires, that one hits off the plate. It's going to be taken for a ball. Falls behind, 2-1. And that's a hard hit ball to shortstop. Paige Eddington gobbles it up, throws it across the diamond with ease. That's going to go down as a 6-3 in the book by Eddington on a ground ball from P.J. Golson. In steps number 19, Kennedy Thies. Davis gets her sign, fires in. Thies is going to come run out of the box. Ground ball hit to Davis. Davis is going to pick it up, fire. It's going to be called safe at first base on a bang-bang play. One quicker second right there on that ground ball, and she would have had her at first base. But that's going to put Thies on to start the inning. And in steps the 9-hole hitter, number 3, Bailey Gargak.
Next inning, we're going to mute. Just get the break.
That's going to be a foul ball back. Davis gets ahead again. Had a chance. Davis right at first base. We've got to run first. That's going to be count on her. Davis would love to get out of this inning, stopping the 9-hole hitter in her tracks and starting fresh in the next inning with the leadoff hitter. Crowley stands on deck, the leadoff hitter for the East Carter County Redbirds. Davis is going to give her a ball. That ball's going to be served up into right field. That's going to move the runner to third base. Thies slides in. Ball's knocked down by Madison Eddington. That ball's going to sail coming home. They're going to play merry-go-round here, as Gargak is going to move into second base on a throw to third that gets away, and it's going to score one. Coach Eddington wants to come down and settle his girls as they fall quickly behind now, 3-1, with just 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, or top of the second inning. Davis is doing a good job staying in the strike zone. She hasn't walked anybody, hasn't really struggled. She was ahead there 0-2 and served up a liner. That's going to score a run. It's going to be an RBI single for Bailey Gargak. So Davis is doing a great job pitching in the zone. Hasn't walked anybody, but she served up 5 hits so far. He's got a runner at second base now with 2 outs. And in steps the leadoff hitter, Naomi Crowley. Like I said, Davis would have loved for her to stay in the dugout until the top of the next inning, but that's not how it's going to work out. And Crowley's going to serve a soft liner to Eddington at short. Eddington can't come up with it clean enough to make a throw across the diamonds, and that's going to put runners at the corners here with just 2 outs. That's back-to-back singles to start the first and the second inning for Naomi Crowley. She's got 2 hits on the day, and in steps number 9, Brooklyn Loftus, who followed up Crowley's single in the first inning with a double of her own, and would then advance to third on the throw, trying to get Crowley at the plate. Loftus hitting from the left side of the plate. Davis fires home. That ball's taken on the outside corner. Like I said, we've got runners at the corner, so Day's watching them very, very carefully, trying to figure out if we're going to have a steal situation, if she needs to throw to second or a snap throw to third. Davis is behind 1-0. Sets, fires home. Once again, Day comes up firing. She throws to third base. That's going to allow the runner to move into second. That puts runners at second and third. 2 outs with a 2-0 count. Davis now behind 2-0 really needs to focus here on Brooklyn Loftus. She doesn't want to move that to the cleanup hitter, Madison Holloway, and she is. She's going to answer with a strike. Puts herself back in the conversation of pitching out of this inning. Davis fires home, and a foul ball down the first base line. Ball was hit off the end of the bat. Davis evens it back up at a 2-2 count. 2 outs, 2 on. Deuce is wild here in the top of the second inning. Davis fires to Loftus. Loftus swings, puts one into foul territory down the third base line, but that's going to be off the end of Hannah Ponder's glove over there at third. Made a good attempt, but that ball didn't hang up quite long enough for Hannah Ponder, who was playing even with the runner at third base, and that ball is just going to get down over her shoulder. Still 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on, top of the second inning. Davis fires to the plate. Swing, that's a ground ball to Madison Eddington. She's going to boot it off her knee. That's going to score 2. Sister Page comes over and picks it up behind second base. That's going to put the Donettes down 5-1 now on an E4 by Madison Eddington out at second base. Like I mentioned earlier, Davis isn't having a hard time keeping it in the strike zone, but this East Carter County team is doing a great job of putting the ball into play. And that's what happens. Things like that error out at second base by Madison Eddington is exactly what happens if you'll keep yourself in the conversation by putting the ball in play. The Donettes need to buckle down here and get an out. Davis fires to the plate. That's going to be called strike to number 1, the 3-hole hitter, Madison Holloway. Brooklyn Loftus is standing at first base. Lexi Day's itching to throw somebody out. She's hoping that Loftus keeps inching a little bit further off the bag. Lexi Day pumps down to first base again. Loftus slides back in. We've got a 1-1 count now. Davis fires to the plate. That's a weak fly ball into right field. Harder's coming in. Madison Eddington's going out. Harder's going to call her off, though, and make the third out of the inning. But the Donettes are going to give up 3, and that's going to put them in a pinch here in the top of the second inning, down 5-1. Coach Eddington with a quick pep talk over there on the third base bag with his girls, trying to get them rallied. They come in seated ahead of East Carter County. The Donettes are the 2 seed, East Carter's the 3 seed, but the Donettes are down coming into the bottom of the second inning, down 5-1. Coach Eddington's trying to rally his troops here. He wants to chip back, and it's going to get started here at the 7-hole in the lineup. Number 19, Hannah Ponder is going to get us going, followed by Carly Harder, and then rounding out with Jalen Dutton. Dutton, her job is going to be to roll it to the top of the order to get back to Timberly Mashing in the leadoff spot. The Donettes in the first inning picked up just 1 lone hit, but they had 2 walks and had a couple plays that ground out from second base to second base by Madison Eddington is going to be the lone RBI that the Donettes have so far in the first inning. So while they only have 1 hit and 1 run, They've picked up a couple walks because McKenna Moore has struggled to keep it in the strike zone. The Donettes just need to stay patient here, and they will keep themselves in conversation all night long because Moore, like I said, has struggled to find the strike zone. Moore sets, kicks, fires home. First pitch swinging, Hannah Potter's going to put one in the gap in right field. That ball's going to get down, fielded by the right fielder. Slight collision out there with the center fielder. She's going to come up firing into second base, though, and that's going to hold Hannah Ponder at first base. First pitch swinging. I was over here preaching that the Donettes needed to be patient at the plate and hope that McKenna Moore could walk some runners on, but instead Hannah Ponder comes out swinging and ropes one into right field. In steps number 20, Carly Harder, the right fielder for tonight for the Donettes. McKenna Moore looks in, fires home. Carly Harder takes one low. It's going to be a 1-0 count. Moore sets, kicks, fires home. Ball's on the inside corner, going to be called a strike. Puts Harder in a 1-1 count. Runner on first base, nobody out. Harder tries to put a bunt down. She's going to pop it up behind the catcher. That ball hung up a little bit longer than Harder would have liked, but luckily catcher Madison Holloway had a hard time locating in the air, and that ball's going to get down, but it is going to put Harder down in a hole. 1-2. Harder digs herself a hole. Staring back at the pitcher, McKenna Moore. Moore's going to fire home. Carter's going to slap a ball hard down to the first baseman, but the first baseman's going to scoop it up and step on the bag. That's going to move the runner over into scoring position, so Harder's doing a job by putting the ball into play, and that's going to bring up third baseman, or left fielder, I apologize, number 14, Jalen Dutton. Carly Harder doing a job by putting it in play. She got pinned down in a 1-2 count, had 2 strikes on her, but she's going to battle and ground out to the third baseman, or the first baseman, but it is going to move a runner into scoring position. Dutton with a small compact stance. It's going to be a hard throw and a strike to her. She's going to take ball 1 to start. A little bit of a squat to her stance, kind of shrinks that strike zone down a little bit. Moore's going to fire home, but is going to come back with a strike anyway. Ball looked a little low maybe, but still called a strike. 1-1 count. 1 out, runner on second base. 9-hole hitter. The Donettes would love for Dutton to get on here and roll that back over to the top. Dutton's going to swing through that one. Now 2. Standing on deck is leadoff, giving some signs to his runner down at second base. Moore sets, kicks, fires home. Dutton's going to put one right up on the center of the infield. Nobody's there to call it, though. That ball's going to get down. The pitcher looks at the second baseman looks at the shortstop looks at the pitcher, and it creates a triangle out there, and that ball falls directly, and no one is even close to catching that ball that hung up way too long. And that's going to be the kind of break that the Donettes are going to need to get back into this one. We're going to roll that over now to the top, to the leadoff hitter here. Dutton's going to find her way on. There's no other way to score that as a single. It wasn't an error on anybody. There just wasn't anybody there to make the play. Like I said, everybody was looking, hoping somebody else would call it, and nobody stepped up to make the play. And that's going to put Dutton at first base. And that moves Harder then over to third. Runner at first and second. Dutton's going to take that one with ease. That ball sails into center field. That's going to score there. Dutton moves up to third. Again, safe. And just like that, the Donettes are going to pick up a run quickly. Dutton took off to steal second base. That ball gets airmailed slightly into center field. Dutton hops right back up, the speedster that she is, and slides into third base safely. And Carly Harder is going to walk in from third, and that's going to put the Donettes kind of back into conversation. 2-5, 1 out, still runner at third base, and they're in a great part of their lineup to do some more damage here to come all the way back and hopefully tie this up. Timberly Mashing gets her sign. Dutton, like I said, is pretty quick over there at third base. That ball scoots away from the catcher, Holloway. Dutton's coming in for a play at the plate. She's safe and gets under the tag. Not even really a play, and Dutton is going to score being as quick as she is. I'm wondering if Coach Eddington maybe had a bunt play on or something there. And Mashing takes first pitch strike, but it doesn't matter because it hits off Holloway's glove, and Dutton is going to score with ease there. And the Donettes, 5-3, 1 out, still at the top of the lineup here in a great position to score some more runs. Mashing takes a strike. We've got a 2-1 count on Mashing. Tim can be selective here if she would like. Moore fires. Tim's going to swing right through that one. It's going to put her in 2-2 count. Moore doing a much better job this inning of staying in the strike zone. Timberly is going to bail her out and swing at one well out of the zone, and that's going to be a K for Mashing. She's going to go down 0 for 2 on the day. She had a line out to the shortstop to start the inning, to start the first inning, and then she's going to K up there. That's going to put 2 outs for the Donettes, and in steps the 2-hole hitter, Lexi Day.
Well, I was too busy chasing and
Day's going to take one low to start her out for the AB. Moore has struggled early on finding the strike zone in the first inning, but has done extremely well pitching herself into good counts here in the second inning. But the Donettes are still putting the ball into play, and they're capitalizing on the mistakes from the East Carter County Redbirds. Day looks down, gets a sign from Coach Eddington. He's telling her to be selective here in this 2-0 count that she's got herself in. And a great spot to get on for Paige Eddington, the Donettes' best hitter. Moore fires home. He's going to take that pitch for a ball, and that's going to put her 3-0. I would imagine that Coach Eddington is putting the take sign on all day here in front of his best hitter out of the 3-hole, doing anything to put Day on base and having the opportunity for Paige Eddington to drive some runs in here for the Donettes. Moore fires home. She's going to take that one in the exact same spot. Moore is really wanting that out there on the mound, but home plate umpire Jerry Moore has yet to call that pitch a strike, and that is going to be 4 straight, and that's going to put Day on with a walk. Day got a single in the first inning, now a walk in the second. And in steps Paige Eddington, who was pretty much pitched around in her first at bat. Anyway, like I said, in steps the 3-hole hitter, shortstop, wearing number 3, Paige Eddington. The Donettes' best hitter has an opportunity to do some damage and get themselves back in within a 1-run ball game here with Day at first. Day's pretty quick. Eddington, they're going to start her out with a strike. Day, if you remember back to the first inning, waited until the catcher threw down to first and took second with ease. So Day's got some wheels on her. If Eddington can put one in the gap, Day should score with no problem. In the first inning, East Carter didn't want anything to do with Paige with that first base bag open, so they're going to pitch around her and threw 4 straight high out of the zone. And Eddington didn't want any part of it and took the free bag easy. Moore's going to fire home in a 1-1 count. That ball's going to be low, 2-1. These with no throw from catcher, Matt, hitter that she is in any situation. Even though the Donettes are down, Coach Eddington has given her the green. Takes off, walks for Paige Eddington in the first and second inning. In steps pitcher Kaylee Davis, once again 3 to the East Carter County Redbirds. Need to score one definitely, if not both of them. But Davis is that ball's gonna be hit hard down to the first base line. First baseman fields it, but she's gonna beat Davis to the bag with ease, and the Donettes are gonna go down, only picking up 2 runs there, but they're chipping away at this Redbirds lead, hoping that they can stay in it. Scores 5-3, headed to the top of the 3rd inning here at Quick Creek Field in Doniphan, Missouri at Doniphan High School.
No, I got it.
Gonna do some talent, but have not drawn a Doniphan Donettes or the East Carter County Redbirds. The winner of this second game here tonight in the semifinals action of the Class 2 District 2 will take on a talented Willow Springs team that rolled Alton easily 8-0. Game started out a little bit slow, but Willow Springs is going to put up 5-6 runs in the 6th inning, and they're going to roll easy over Alton and win that game by a score of, I believe, 8-0. And they're going to take on the winner of this game here tonight at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Doniphan High School, once again, Quick Creek Field. Coach Brad Eddington has this place looking absolutely beautiful to start out this district tournament play. Getting started for the East Carter County Redbirds is going to be number 20. She's their cleanup hitter, number 20, Shelby Sear. Sear steps in at the front of the box, wanted to get out early on one of Davis's pitches, and she's going to be out too early on the front of that, and that ball's going to be squibbed down the third base line. Coach Eddington's going to pick that up and fire it back to his pitcher. Davis, once again, doing a great job throwing strikes, keeping herself in the conversation for picking up outs here with every single batter she faces, and that's what she's got to do, is keep herself in it. 1-1 count. Shelby Sear steps in to the box, choked up a little bit slightly as well. Davis fires home. That ball's going to be taken right down the middle. Davis has got herself in a 1-2 count. She's only picked up 1 strikeout on the day, but once again, I want to emphasize she has not given up a single walk. She's putting herself in great pitching counts and has an opportunity for an out with every batter, and that's what you like to see. Davis fires again. That ball's going to be taken a little bit high, maybe a little bit outside to run the count to 2-2. Sear's already K'd up once today. That lone K that Davis has K'd up Sear in the first inning. Davis fires home. That ball's going to be hit off the hands, popped up to the left side. Ponder's going to call off Paige Eddington. Hannah Ponder squeezes it, flips it back to her pitcher, and that's how we get started here in the top of the 3rd inning on a soft pop fly to third baseman Hannah Ponder. In steps Davis's opposition tonight, McKenna Moore, the pitcher for the East Carter County Redbirds. Moore is going to be the one that lined out to end the 1st inning, that hard liner that was hit to second base by Madison Eddington. That ball was going to be caught by Eddington and then fired over to first base to double off the runner at first. And so McKenna would like nothing more than a little bit of redemption here for herself. And she's going to get started out with a ball. You couldn't ask for a better at-bat in the 1st inning from Moore, who hit a hard line drive to Timberly Mashing down there at first base. She's going to put contact, a good contact on this one, but that one's going to be foul. Now in a 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. Davis looks in, gets her sign from Day, sets, kicks, fires home. Moore's going to go up out of the zone, hang one up into right field. Harder's tracking back. That ball's going to get over her head. Moore's moving into second base, eyeballing third. That ball's cut off by Madison Eddington. She's going to run it in, and that's going to be nothing but a straight-up triple for McKenna Moore, helping herself out. That ball was hit well to right field. Harder had to track all the way back to the fence. And it's going to get down over her head, and McKenna Moore is going to come into third base with ease. Audrey Carter has entered the game as that position player. That's going to be a ball popped up to Paige Eddington, or Madison Eddington at second base. Eddington is going to double off another Redbirds player on a bunt that was popped up to second base. Eddington charges in hard, makes a great play, and fires the seed over to third base, and that is going to be her 2nd double play turn to the night, and the Donettes are going to get out of a jam again, stranding that 1-out triple at third base and leaving her there, and the Donettes are going to escape without giving up a single run. And Coach Eddington's got the girls fired up. There's a lot of chants and a lot of cheers coming from over at the dugout on the Doniphan Donettes side. They've got to like where they're sitting now, pitching out of a jam, making another tremendous great play, doubling another East Carter County Redbirds girl off at third base. Coach Eddington's got to be happy with how that inning turned out for him. looking strategically at the lineup with that line or that pop-up out by Aaliyah Corsi to Madison Eddington. What that's going to do is it's going to strand East Carter County with 7, 8, and 9 part of their lineup coming up to start the 4th inning. And the Donettes have to like where they're sitting with the opportunity to come with that bottom half of the order to get them going in the 4th inning. They're going to want to score some runs here, and they're going to want to come out and play some lockdown defense to shut that bottom half of the lineup down. Starting for the Donettes, we're going to be Madison Eddington, who's made 2 great plays tonight. Once again, she's turned 2 double plays, one on a hard line drive in the 1st inning, and again, just finishing in the top of the 3rd inning on a bunt pop-up to second base. She's going to turn 2 double plays today, so she's playing great defensively, but she grounded out in the 1st inning. She did pick up the lone RBI from the 1st inning, so Eddington's going to get us started, number 9, Madison Eddington. McKenna Moore, who's the one that got the lone hit or the top of the 3rd inning for the East Carter County Redbirds, that triple into right field over Harder's head. Now comes to the rubber, sets, kicks, fires to Eddington. Ooh, ball a little bit low, is going to be called for a strike to get her started in an 0-1 count. Eddington's going to hit a little squib off the inside, off her hands on the inside part of the bat, and that ball is going to go straight down the first base line. Easy, had a lot of rotation on it, but the first baseman's going to sit on it, and she's going to wind up with an easy out. Donettes have 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. In steps number 7, Audrey Holland. Holland digs herself a hole. Moore fires to the plate. Holland comes up there hacking, but she's way late, and that ball's going to be fouled off to the right side down the first base line. This is back-to-back hitters for Moore, where she started the count 0-1, doing her part of what she can to hold on to that lead that the East Carter County Redbirds have mounted early against the Donettes. But the Donettes stuffed them in the 3rd inning, kept them from scoring, and they've scored in both of their innings. Coach Eddington would love to see his girls score again here, and every inning to follow, I'm sure. Moore fires to the plate. Holland is going to chase out of the zone again. She chased in the 1st inning and K'd, and now she's going to chase again here in the 3rd inning and K as well. That's going to be 2 strikeouts for her on the day. Moore, once again, has struggled off and on periodically throughout the night with finding the strike zone. She has 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Holland being 2 of those. First pitch to Hannah Ponder is going to be popped up into foul territory. She's going to get new life as the first baseman Bailey Gargak looked like she had trouble kind of picking that ball up out of the lights maybe, and got spun around twice and before that ball fell. So Hannah Ponder with a new life here, but quickly falls behind 0-1. Ponder's in the 7 hole for the Donettes. Moore fires 0-2. Nothing but strikes from Moore this inning, who, like I said, has struggled a little bit finding the zone. She's come with 6 pitches, and all 6 of them been in the strike zone this inning. Moore fires to the plate. That ball's going to be taken high on Hannah Ponder. Puts the count 1-2. Puts the count 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That ball's taken outside on the outside corner. Got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the Donettes half of the 3rd inning. Number 19, Hannah Ponder's choked up on the bat. Swings, put this ball into play. It's in foul territory. Gargak's tracking back again, and once again cannot come up with it. So new life still for Hannah Ponder, keeping herself in it, putting the ball in play, trying to make something happen for the Donettes here, trying to get a little bit of a rally started with 2 outs. Still 2-2 count, 2 outs. Pitch is coming home to Hannah Ponder. Ponder's going to swing right through that one. Ball at the top of the zone. A good pitch from McKenna Moore is going to be strike 3 called on Hannah Ponder. The Donettes go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Nobody picks up any runs in the third inning action, as both teams have scored in each inning up to that point, but they're both going to get blanked in the third inning. As we move to the top of the fourth, once again, the Donettes have put themselves in a great position, facing 7, 8, and 9 in the East Carter County lineup as they start the fourth inning here. Of course, I say that, they're putting themselves in a great spot facing the bottom half of the lineup, but the bottom half of the lineup does have 2 hits today. 7, P.J. Golson grounded out to shortstop Paige Eddington, but Kennedy Thies and Bailey Gargak both picked up singles, and Gargak being an RBI single in the second inning, which did some damage for against the Donettes and that 3-run inning that East Carter put up. So the bottom half of the lineup, you normally would love to pitch to the bottom half, but once again, they've got 2 hits already for East Carter County, and we're only here in the fourth inning. Got great attendance tonight here at the ballpark. It's great to see Coach Eddington has put a ton of work into this complex over the last 3 or 4 years, and it really shows tonight at the work he's put into it. I've got the lights lit up, new scoreboard in right field. The dirt is looking great. No other sport can you say that in the dirt looks great, but Coach Eddington really has done a great job here at this baseball diamond. Davis is ready. Day puts her mask on, squats behind home plate. Davis looks in to get her sign. Pitching to number 6, P.J. Golson. Davis fires home. That ball is going to be called a strike to get us started here in the top of the fourth. Davis is throwing it in there tonight. She's doing a great job. I haven't got it counted up, but I would say her ball-to-strike ratio is probably 80%. She's doing a great job keeping it in the zone. East Carter's just putting it into play as that ball's fouled back as well. And that puts us in an 0-2 count. P.J. Golson's got herself in a hole early. Davis would love nothing more than to pick up her second strikeout of the night. Rocks, fires home, and does just that as P.J. Golson weakly waves at a ball on the outside corner. Really wanted to hold up there, but isn't able to, and rolls those hands over, and that's going to be strike 3. Davis picking up her second strikeout of the night. Donettes have 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. In steps number 19, Kennedy Thies, who got her last AB in the second inning, started out on a single into right field. Thies is swinging again. Ground ball hit to Madison Eddington. Little redemption, fires over to first base, but Thies, pretty quick, is going to beat that ball down the line. And once again, she's seen 2 pitches and has 2 singles on the night. That's going to put the 9-hole hitter in, number 23, Bailey Gargak. Donettes would love a double play ball here. A ball hit straight back to Davis, and a turn to Paige Eddington at second would be almost a guaranteed double play with the arm that Eddington has. First pitch is going to be called a strike. Bailey Gargak with a little bat wave, a little wiggle across the plate. Davis comes in. That ball's going to be soft liner to Eddington. It's short. Eddington makes a play. Play at first. That ball's going to get away from Timberly Mashing, and that's going to move Kennedy Thies up into second base. Eddington probably should have just stuck that one in her back pocket, but not a lot of damage done because they do get the out. So there's 2 outs and a runner on second base here. Eddington probably should have just pocketed that one. That ball's going to skip away from Mashing, and it's going to allow Thies to walk into second base. But in steps leadoff hitter Naomi Crowley, who is 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. Bats from the left side of the plate, comes running up to the front of the box, but doesn't swing. 1-0 count. Naomi gets her pitch, hits a weak ground ball to Timberly Mashing. Mashing scoops it up and just takes 1 step forward and puts a tag on Naomi Crowley. So Crowley with 2 hits to start the game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, grounds out to Timberly Mashing at first base. And the Donettes get out of another inning without giving up a run. Both teams are playing pretty good defense here tonight. The Donettes do have an error. Came in the second inning on a hard ground ball, hit to Madison Eddington. Maybe took a little bit of a hop. Not a lot, though, but it hit off her kneecap and kind of pushed in behind second base. So the Donettes have given up an error, but the Redbirds are playing flawless defense so far up to this point. And McKenna Moore, pitching for the East Carter County Redbirds, has done a great job tonight. She struggled to find the strike zone off and on, but at this point she's sitting with just as many strikeouts as she is walks. So she's in a decent place, plus the Donettes are putting the ball in play right at defenders. But as long as they can keep putting the ball in play, they'll put themselves in a position to win this ball game. Once again, moving into the bottom of the fourth inning with score 5-3, the Donettes trail. And just a reminder, this is Class 2 District 2 district play. The winner will go on to play Willow Springs, who won earlier in a 4 o'clock game by the score of 8-0 over Alton. The Donettes are going to get this inning started with number 20, Carly Harder, who has grounded out to the third baseman, and then followed up by Jalen Dutton, who in her lone AB has a single and an RBI. Let's see what number 20, Carly Harder, can do. Harder plays right field. McKenna Moore sets, kicks, fires home. That ball's going to be called for a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Looked good. Not the one Carly wants to be swinging in an 0-0 count. Looking to protect now. That zone gets a little bit bigger. Moore's going to fire one way low, well below the knees, and that moves Harder back into a 1-1 count. Now she can become a little bit pickier now that she has a ball on her. Moore looks in, fires home. That ball sails to the backstop. Count moves to 2-1. Carly's moving into a hitter's count. She can get another ball here. Get that green light to swing on 3-1. Trying to make something happen for the Donettes here in the bottom of the fourth inning. She does, in fact, move it to 3-1. This is going to be her count. She's going to get to be super picky here. If it's a strike and it's still not one she really likes, the one that she thinks she can handle, she has that luxury to take here to move that count to 3-2. But she's not. She's going to swing, and a good hack, but she's going to swing right through, and that's going to move the count to 3-2. Full count. And as you can probably hear, the Doniphan Donettes dugout comes to life, cheering Harder on, trying to will something to happen here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Moore fires home. Harder's going to put it in play, but it's going to be a foul ball right back to the gate. Harder wears number 20, has a pink bow hanging out the backside of her helmet, choked up about halfway on the bat. Moore's going to fire home, and Harder is going to take a little jump step backwards, and she's going to be K'd up. That's going to be McKenna Moore's 5th K of the night. And in steps Jalen Dutton, who's came up big tonight. She has a single and a run scored. One out here. Moore looks in. Fires to the plate and gets started with a strike. That's back-to-back hitters that she's got herself started with a strike. Putting herself in good counts, good pitching counts. Moore looks in, fires to Dutton. Dutton squares the bunt, but that ball's going to come behind home plate. Really, really close. That ball made contact with that bat. It looks like out in front of home plate, but Jerry Moore's going to call that a foul ball. If that ball is out in front of the plate and Dutton throws the bat down and makes contact with it, that's going to be an out. But it appears Jerry Moore didn't see the same thing that I saw, and he's just going to call that a ball, and that's going to be a break for the Donettes. But Dutton is now behind 0-2 in the count. Moore fires home, and Dutton hits a seed to the left side. That's going to get through by the shortstop. A great at bat by Dutton. Put herself in an 0-2 hole, but she's firing. She's going to battle back, and she slaps one through on the left side and puts one into left field, and that's a great spot to be for the Donettes. Dutton with singles now in 2 of her plate appearances, and that's going to roll the lineup back over the top with just 1 out and a speedy Jalen Dutton at first base. In steps the Donettes leadoff hitter Timberly Mashing. She's lined out to the shortstop and struck out today. McKenna Moore looks in. Dutton eyeballing second. Mashing slaps one into right field. That's over the head of the second base. Like I said, Dutton speedy. She's going to push for third, throw at the plate, or throw at third. She's going to be safe, and Mashing is able to move up on the throw. Mashing gets herself going with a single, her first hit of the night, and that moves Dutton up to third. And then on the throw to third base, Mashing is going to move into second base. So here we are with 2 runners in scoring position. The 2-hole hitter, Lexi Day, coming to the plate. She's got a single and a walk on the day. And Paige Eddington standing in the on-deck circle. Really, really good chance for the Donettes to score some runs right here. Got 2 runs in scoring position, 1 down. If you're a coach, this is how you want to draw it up. You want to put yourself in a position, runners in scoring position, second and third, less than 2 outs. Anything less than 2 outs works. And the Donettes only have 1. Day steps in, digs, Moore fires to the plate. Day's going to take first pitch strike. Nothing wrong with taking a pitch in this situation. Some big runs out there, big ducks on the pond. It'll be huge if Day can get herself on here and load it up for Paige Eddington. East Carter hasn't really wanted to throw to her tonight. Eddington would love nothing more than to come to the plate with bases loaded here, down by 2. Day calls time, digs herself a little bit deeper of a hole. Sets, Moore fires to the plate. Day's gonna swing, takes a nice hack, but that ball's gonna go straight back. She's on her. If she can get one she can handle, she is right on Moore's pitch. Moore may want to change something up here, or Day's going to put that ball in the grass for her. Got a 1-2 count, 1 out. Like I said, runners at second and third with a 2-hole hitter, Lexi Day. Paige Eddington lurking in the on-deck circle, begging to come up with the bases loaded. It's a 2-2 count. Day has to protect here. The worst thing that she could do is go down looking in this situation. So she's gonna be hacking, needs to be hacking. Because like I said, the worst thing she could do is go down looking here and not have an opportunity to score some of these runs. Moore fires home. Day's gonna slap one, but it's gonna go foul. Out of play, straight back. It's gonna run off down the hill here at Quick Creek Park in Doniphan, Missouri. Setting up kind of high on a hill above the school. That ball went straight back. It may be in the school parking lot by now. 2-2 count. Coming today, Moore looks in, gets her sign from Holloway. Day doesn't like how long she's taking, so she calls time, steps out on her. Day resets, comes in. Moore and Holloway looking in at each other. Moore sets, kicks, fires home. Day's gonna stay alive. She's gonna battle up there, really trying to put it in play, see what she can make happen in front of Paige Eddington, the 3-hole hitter for the Doniphan Donettes. Day wears number 5. Coach Eddington barking some orders, telling Jalen Dutton what he wants her to do in this situation. Moore's taking her time out there on the rubber. Sets, kicks, fires home. Day's gonna swing, but that ball is also gonna get a play. She's doing a great job staying alive here. I'm not keeping track of the exact number of pitches, but I'd say she's seen 7 or 8 here. Doing a great job battling, trying to put herself in a position to win. Day asks for time, digs herself a hole. Moore really slowed down her delivery to the plate. Fires home. Day's going to put it in play. That ball slapped into center field. Center fielder's camped under. That should be enough for Dutton to tag up. It is. Mashing is also going to tag up. So Day, nothing wrong with that AB, putting the ball into play, trying to make something happen, and that still leaves Paige Eddington to hit with a runner in scoring position. A great job by Lexi Day, putting the ball into play, getting that ball out there in the outfield deep enough for Jalen Dutton to tag up at third base. It doesn't look like East Carter is going to pitch to Eddington once again. He's already walked twice. Paige has to be itching to hit. That's kind of why I was hoping Day would walk there and load him up for Eddington so they would have to throw to her. It doesn't look like they want any part of her. The catcher's not even going to squat. She better be careful, though. Seen it time and time again. Pitcher kind of just lobs it up there. Eddington's the kind of hitter that will go out of the zone, and she'll make it hurt for you. That one way out of the zone. 3-0 count now. Fans wishing to see Paige get an AB. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Catcher's still standing up well outside of the strike zone that time. Facing the other batter's box, Paige always hustling, runs down to first base. East Carter's paying attention, though. That's going to put runners at the corners. First and third. Kaylee Davis an opportunity to help herself here with 2 outs after the walk to Paige Eddington, her 3rd of the night. The Donettes are only down by 1. Davis on the bump gives her a good opportunity to help herself out to see if she can't score some runs here, at least tie it up. Davis has walked and grounded out to the third baseman so far, hitting cleanup for the Donettes tonight. Paige Eddington takes off, and Davis ropes the ball hard up the middle. Eddington was off on the pitch, so she's able to take third with ease. Davis sees the throw, bobbled at third base, and moves into second. What a job by Kaylee Davis. A great at bat, doing exactly what she needs to, putting that ball into play for the Donettes. Once again, Paige Eddington was off on the pitch. Has wheels over there at first base, so when Davis scorched that ball up the middle over the second base bag, Paige didn't even stop. She makes the turn at second and comes into third with ease. The throw comes from center field into third base, and that allows Davis to also advance, bailing herself out, tying it up 5-5 for the Donettes. In steps Madison Eddington, grounded out to the second baseman and the first baseman, keeping it on the right side of the field tonight. Runners at second and third. She's going to take a first pitch strike. She's got 2 runners in scoring position. Coach and dad, Brad Eddington, call her down, wants to talk to her down the third base line. Gives her a pat on the back. Would love nothing more for his daughter and his second baseman to step up big here for him to take the lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'd be the first lead for the Donettes of the night if Madison Eddington can find any way to put this ball into play. And she slaps one hard to the right side, and it's going to get through. That may score 2, and it's going to with ease. As Olivia Kreutz came to run for Kaylee Davis. Kreutz is once again a speedster, and she's going to courtesy run for Kaylee Davis and is going to score with ease on that ball that was hit hard through the right side by Madison Eddington. The Donettes now have taken a lead of 7-5. Their first tonight, and it really originated from that big hit of Kaylee Davis helping herself out to extend that inning. Audrey Holland's going to take a ball. Audrey can relax now. She struck out twice tonight, but the Donettes have a lead, 2 outs, no pressure situation here. Holland just needs to choke up on the bat and try to slap one through somewhere. And she's going to take a good hack. That ball's going to be to the left side of the pitching rubber. Pitcher comes out of the circle, pulls her off the bag, but the first baseman is going to put the tag on Holland's back as she goes by on a decent play by pitcher and first baseman from the East Carter County Redbirds. McKenna Moore with a great throw over to Bailey Gargak. Pulls her off the bag slightly, but once again, Gargak slaps that tag on the back of Holland. The Donettes are fired up right now. There is all kinds of screams and chants coming from that third base dugout, and they have taken the lead 7-5 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 4th inning, rolling it over to the top of the 5th. I apologize. Fans are fired up. I've got guys high-fiving all around me. They're liking what they're seeing out of their Donettes here. Struggled a little bit early. Like I said, Davis was giving up a lot of balls in the zone, and East Carter was putting into play, but the Donettes are doing exactly the same of their own. And that inning can really be attributed to the big hit up the middle by Kaylee Davis. The Donettes left Hannah Ponder stranded in the on-deck circle, the only Donette that didn't get an opportunity to hit that inning. But she's got to be okay with that, knowing that her Donettes came out and took the lead in the bottom of the 4th inning there. Donettes seem to be walking with a little bit more pep in their step after coming back in that inning. This inning's going to get started for the Redbirds in the 2-hole with number 9, Brooklyn Loftus, who has doubled and reached on an error by Madison Eddington. The lone error from the Donettes tonight, playing pretty solid D for the most part. Madison had a hard hit ball hit to her in the second inning that she booted a little bit, and it went in behind second base and allowed Loftus to advance. Loftus hits from the right side of the plate. Davis fires, hits another ball to Eddington. Just outside of her reach, though. That ball's fielded by Harder. Harder picks it up, throws it back in, and Loftus, the 2-hole hitter, is going to get us going in the top of the 5th inning with a single into right field. In steps the 3-hole hitter, catcher number 1, Madison Holloway. Holloway has reached on a single and a fly out to right field. Runners going. Day comes up firing with a strong throw. Throws down to second base. That ball was just a tad high. Had she put that ball in the bag, Paige Eddington would have had a great opportunity to tag her out at second base, but instead she's going to slide in second, and that puts a runner in scoring position here with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. Madison Holloway, the catcher tonight, steps in, gets a pitch. She's going to take it high. I'm not quite sure what the first pitch was of this at-bat. I'm going to see if home plate Jerry Moore gives a signal. Still didn't give a signal, so we're going to go with 1-0 for right now. There's another pitch, but I'm not exactly sure where we're at. Holloway is going to swing through that one, though. Thank you, Jerry. You give us the call. It's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Holloway. Kaylee Davis looking to pick up her 3rd strikeout of the night. Davis fires home. That ball is going to be called, in a situation where Hannah Ponder is playing way in, maybe guarding against the bunt. It is going to be giving up that bag easy over there to Brooklyn Loftus, who's going to come in from second base and is going to swipe third with ease. Nobody even there to make a play. 2-2 count. Davis fires home. Soft liner to Paige Eddington at shortstop. Eddington squeezes 2 hands, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Holloway, 1 for 3 on the night. And in steps Shelby Sear, who has struck out in the 1st inning and who has lined out unassisted to Hannah Ponder over there at third base. Sear standing at the front of the box. Solid stance. She's not one of these girls that's going to come running up to the front of the box and trying to make a swing. She's going to stand squared away at the front of the box. She's going to be a contact hitter that's going to try to drive with some power. Sear swings right through that one in a 1-1 count. Sear wears number 20. Got a runner at third in scoring position, 1 out. Donettes are hoping for another double play magic here. They've got 2 this game. Sear's going to foul this one straight back to me. Didn't quite make it to the table. But Davis, once again, pitching ahead in the count. I can't tell you how important that is. Always getting ahead. She finds herself in 0-2, 1-2 situations a lot, but she's got to start putting these East Carter hitters away. They're putting it in play way too much. She only has 2 strikeouts on the night, but she's pitching herself into good situations and giving up hits. Davis fires home. That ball's on the outside corner. That's what I kind of like to see there. Her working, taking that advantage in that 1-2 count, trying to pitch about 6 inches on that outside corner, hoping she can get Sear to chase. Davis sets, kicks, fires home. Sear fouls straight back. Keeps the count 2-2, 1 out here. Let's see if Davis gives her something to hit here or works out of the zone again 2 times in a row. She doesn't. She's going to go right at her, and Sear's going to pop it up. Day is going to make an unbelievable diving catch in foul territory. Came hustling out from behind home plate and makes an unbelievable catch, giving the Donettes 2 outs. What a play, Lexi Day. That was unbelievable. A diving attempt by Lexi Day, making a great play there in foul territory, coming out of the box hard and fast and making that play. Coach Eddington comes jumping up off the bucket. He's excited. He likes how his girls are playing for him. He's got 2 outs here top of the 5th inning. Davis gets a ground ball to first baseman. Tim comes and steps on first base, and the Donettes do it again. Runners in scoring position, nobody out, and manages to pitch out of it with efficiency and great defensive plays behind them. They've turned 2 double plays and now have a diving play from Lexi Day. Coach Eddington couldn't be asking for more from his girls. They're doing a great job here tonight. Once again, the winner of this game will go on to play Willow Springs in the Class 2 District 2 championship game here at Doniphan High School at Quick Creek Field tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Willow Springs won with ease today against the 4-seeded Alton Comets. Took that game by a score of 8-0. And the Donettes, the 2-seed, struggled early with the East Carter County Redbirds, but have been playing extremely well defensively here the last 3 innings, and it's showing why they have been able to scrap themselves back in this lead to a 7-5 lead. Hannah Ponder's going to get us going here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We've got 7, 8, and 9 out of the lineup. You've got Ponder, Harder, and Dutton. Bottom half of the lineup making some stuff happen. Had a couple Ks in the bottom half, but they are picking up some hits as well. Hannah Ponder with one of those in the 2nd inning. Got that 2nd inning and ended up scoring. She's going to take a first pitch ball here. She's the only one that did not get an AB in the 4th inning. Donettes nearly batted around but left Ponder stranded in the on-deck circle, in which we saw 8 Donettes come to bat. McKenna Moore looks like she's tired and fires home. It's going to be called a strike. McKenna Moore's delivery has changed since the first pitch of the game. A lot slower delivery now, kind of short arming it, just trying to get it up there, it looks like. But Hannah Ponder's going to foul that one straight back, and she's got herself in a 1-2 count. Hannah, once again, has a single in the 2nd inning and a strikeout in the 3rd. Moore fires to the plate. That ball's going to roll to catcher Madison Holloway. Hit in front of the plate, in front of the box even, and rolls to the plate. Got a 2-2 count here. Moore is going to fire into Ponder. And the pitch. Ponder's going to rope one hard, but it's going to be on a 2-hopper to the shortstop. Shortstop comes up firing across to the diamond. That's going to be Audrey Carter thrown across to Bailey Gargak. And the Donettes pick up their first out in the bottom of the 5th inning quickly on a leadoff ground out by Hannah Ponder.
Or didn't lose it totally. But
In steps in Carly Harder. She's grounded out to the first baseman and struck out. And her 2 ABs. She's going to get started here with a strike. Jalen Dutton waiting on deck. Has 2 singles for today. She would love to get up there and pick up another one. Rolled over to Timberly Mashing. Harder's going to hit a ground ball to shortstop. Audrey Carter. Carter's gobbling up another one. Throws across the diamond once again to Bailey Gargak for that 6-3 in the books. There's going to be 2 outs quickly for the Donettes here as Ponder grounds out to Carter and then follows by Harder grounding out to Carter again. Back-to-back ground outs to the shortstop. Safe to say she can field her position. Let's see what Jalen Dutton wants to do. Maybe she'll put something on the right side away from Audrey Carter. Try to put one in the grass and roll it over to the leadoff hitter, Timberly Mashing. McKenna Moore fires to the plate. That ball's going to be taken inside by Jalen Dutton. Gets herself in a 2-0 count here early. Any way to get on, it's got to be Jalen Dutton's philosophy here. With 2 outs, make something happen, put the ball in play. She's going to slap one up the middle. It's going to be off the pitcher's glove. Once again, gobbled up by Audrey Carter. Throws across once again to Bailey Gargak. And the Donettes are going to go 3 up, 3 down, and 3 6-3s written down in the book. That is 3 straight outs to the shortstop. Audrey Carter fielding her position, throwing across the diamond, and getting outs with teammate Bailey Gargak. But The highlight here is the Donettes are moving into the top of the 6th inning, still with a 7-5 lead. The Donettes have played some great defense tonight. Can't emphasize that enough. They've bailed themselves out time and time again in multiple innings, bailing themselves out with great defensive plays to keep from giving up any runs to these East Carter County Redbirds, who are doing a great job of hitting tonight. They're not having a bit of trouble in putting that ball into play. The line score for the East Carter County Redbirds looks like 180. I apologize, 580. That's 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors defensively. The Donettes, on the other hand, are going to be up 7, so they're going to have what looks to be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to be 7 runs on 6 hits and no errors. That goes back to what I was talking about earlier. McKenna Moore struggled earlier. She's really found her stride here lately, but those walks coming back to haunt her as the Donettes have 7 runs, but have only picked up 6 hits with 6 walks to go along with it. So that's been the kind of downfall of McKenna Moore and the East Carter County Redbirds here tonight, is struggling to find that strike zone just a little bit. But she's done a great job here in the last few innings. She's had she had a pair of 3 up, 3 downs, and the explosive 4th inning where the Donettes took the lead is the only thing that's really hurt her since she's kind of found herself back in the groove. And the Donettes quickly, I apologize for that, the Donettes quickly are going to come out, and they're going to get an out on an attempted bunt that's going to go straight back to Davis and over to first baseman Timberly Mashing. They've subbed a player in, Audrey Carter, that flex player. Looks like she has entered for Aaliyah Corsi in that 6th spot in the lineup. In steps number 6, PJ Golson. Golson hits a ground ball to the left side. Hannah Ponder scoops it up, fires across to the Donettes, doing a little quick 1-2-3 action of their own, hopefully. And in steps the 8-hole hitter, number 19, Kennedy Thies. If they want this 1-2-3 inning, they're going to have to go through Thies, who's had 2 good base hits tonight. Davis has thrown 2 pitches, has 2 outs early. Let's see if she can't pick up another one here. Davis fires into Thies. Thies comes running up to the front of the batter's box. Looks like she swung. Coach Eddington's asking if she did swing, and that call's going to get appealed down to first base umpire, and he's going to call it a strike. It looked like Thies swung and came running up out of the box. Home plate umpire Jerry Moore didn't call it a strike originally, but Brad Eddington asked for an appeal down the first base line, and he got his call that he wished. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Thies is going to come running up again. Ground ball to Paige Eddington. Eddington throws it across the diamond, and the Donettes answer with another 1-2-3 inning of their own. The Donettes in the last 3 innings have only given up 2 hits, and that defensive gem, once again by Lexi Day, is going to be the difference maker to keep that run from scoring again. Donettes are one to add. More here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They can't be comfortable, and they cannot settle for a 2-run lead here. That's how you get beat. If you settle and think that these 2 runs are enough to win this ball game, you might have another thing coming, because the East Carter County Redbirds is going to get to hit in the top of the 7th inning with the top of their lineup coming up, who has done all the damage today for them. So the Donettes really need to buckle down here and make some good plate appearances and hope that we can make some opportunities and put ourselves in a good position to score some runs. East Carter rolled their lineup over to the top for the top of the 7th inning, but the bottom of the 6th inning sees the Donettes top of the order coming up. We're going to get started with Timberly Mashing, followed by Lexi Day, and then rounded out in the 3-hole by Paige Eddington. Paige, probably the Donettes' best hitter, hasn't even had a single plate appearance tonight, and she's been walked 3 times on 0 balls that have been anywhere close to the zone. So I know Paige is over there really wanting to get an opportunity to push this 2-run lead to 3, maybe 4 runs. But in order for that to happen, it's all going to come down to the top of the lineup, and that's got to be Timberly Mashing and Lexi Day getting on in front of her in order to make that happen. In steps Timberly Mashing. McKenna Moore still on the bump. Looks in, fires home. Mashing's going to hit a hard line drive right at the second baseman, though. That ball was squared up well. Nothing to hang your head about there, Tim. That was a great ball. Just hit right at the second baseman. And the Donettes quickly start with an out. In steps Lexi Day. Moore fires home. Looks like she's picked up a little bit more velocity on her fastball than she had last inning. She looked a little sluggish, but looks like she's kind of rejuvenated here. Throwing the ball looks like to be a little bit harder than she was last inning. Moore fires in again. That ball's going to be taken high, though, to Lexi Day. The 2-hole hitter for the Donettes, also the catcher. Wearing number 5, she's got a single on the day and a walk, so she's been on base twice, and she had a fly out and an RBI to center field in the 4th inning. So Day's had a really good day at the plate, picking up a single, walking, and then that RBI fly out, that sac fly into center field earlier in the 4th inning that scored the Donettes a run. Day with the 2-1 count. Moore comes in. She comes in with a strike. That's going to even it up at 2-2. The board says 3-1, but I don't believe that's correct. I believe the count is 2-2. We'll see. Home plate umpire Jerry Moore gives me a signal on what the count is. He does not, so we're going to stick with 2-2, which is what I have down in the book. Moore's going to fire home. And it was 3-1 because that ball looked high. I was assuming that was going to be ball 3, but home plate umpire Jerry Moore calls that a strike, and that's going to fill up the count with full count, 1 out to the 2-hole hitter, Lexi Day. Day's going to hit another fly ball into center field. Center fielder tracks back. Routine fly ball out in center. That ball was hit decent, right at the center fielder, though. And the Donettes have 2 quick outs. I would highly doubt that East Carter County is going to pitch to Paige Eddington in any shape, form, or fashion. They haven't any at all tonight. And let's see if they do. The catcher's actually kneeling down behind home plate. That's the first time tonight that Paige is actually going to get a ball in the zone. And she comes out. She's ready to hit. She was right on that one and sent that one straight back to the fence. Eddington's right on it. Really wanting to hit. Holloway squats behind the plate. Like I said, Paige hadn't had a whole lot of chances to hit tonight. She hits this one. That ball's deep. Get up, baby. Get up. That's going to be a home run. That's why they haven't been pitching to her tonight. That exact reason right there, ladies and gentlemen. She got an 0-1 pitch that came right down the middle, and she loaded up on it, and that ball got out of here in a hurry. Like I said, East Carter County has not even kneeled in the strike zone tonight, any at all, to Paige Eddington. They've walked her on in 3 ABs. She's only seen 1 strike tonight, and that was this at bat. She sees that strike, and boy, does she give it a ride over that left field fence. What a great at bat by Paige Eddington. She's probably been chomping at the bit all night to finally see a pitch, and she gets one that she can drive. And let me tell you, she does. That ball got out of here in a hurry. The Donettes moved to a 9-5 lead. I believe that should be 8-5. I apologize. 8-5. Yep, the scoreboard changes. So 8-5, 2 outs. In steps Kaylee Davis. Going to try to follow up that home run by Paige Eddington. McKenna Moore sets, kicks, fires to the plate. Davis is going to take the first pitch for a ball. Moore fires to Davis. Ball looked a little bit up, but that one's going to be called a strike. 1-1 count to Kaylee Davis. Paige Eddington adding some insurance. But once again, that's an insurance home run for the Donettes. Davis fouls this one straight back into the parking lot. Count moves to 1-2. Coach Eddington and his Donettes would probably love to add 1 or 2 more runs here, some little bit of cushion, a little bit of insurance, moving in to face the top half of this East Carter County Redbirds and the top of the 7th. And Davis is going to hit one, poke it out to center field. Second baseman goes back. Bermuda triangle, that ball gets down. 3 people come on, center fielder, right fielder, and second baseman all go out. Looked like the second baseman had a chance for a play there, but the center fielder is going to run into her. Right fielder picks it up off the ground, and the Donettes catch another break, and they've got a runner on first base. That's Olivia Kreutz, once again coming into courtesy run for Kaylee Davis, putting the ball in play, doing what she's supposed to do. Going to give that an E4 in the books. That ball should have been caught. It looked like the second baseman had a beat on it, but like I said, the center fielder Brooklyn Loftus ran into Kennedy Thies, had a little bit of slight collision out there, and that ball's going to fall. In steps number 9, Madison Eddington. Some big plays from Madison tonight. The freshman made some big defensive plays and has a hit and an RBI on the night for the Donettes. The freshman stepping up big for him. Madison fouls that one off down the right field line. Steps in, digs her a little bit of a hole. McKenna Moore looks in. Looks into Holloway, gets her signed, fires home to Madison Eddington. Madison Eddington's going to take that as that ball rolled across home plate. Kaylee Davis reached on a pop fly that should have been caught out in right field, and in has come Olivia Kreutz to run. Kreutz is a speedster, so if Madison can put a ball on the grass, I'd like to see what Kreutz can do. That ball's out in front of the plate. Like I said, Eddington's a speedster. She beats the throw to first. That throw sails wide into right field, but luckily the right fielder is there to back it up. And Eddington with a heads-up play again, getting behind on the play-by-play, and so much happens. They've got two quick girls on the field, and so much happened there in that play. Kreutz takes third on the ball that sails into right field. Right fielder lobs it to the pitcher. The pitcher puts her head down, and Madison Eddington, realizing there's nobody at second base, takes it with ease. And just like that, the Donettes have 2 runners in scoring position, and in's going to step senior Audrey Holland, is 0 for 3 on the day. She's got 2 Ks, and she's grounded out to the pitcher. Holland would love to get on the board here with a hit of her own and extend this Donettes lead maybe 10-5. Holland's first pitch, she's going to foul one straight back. Puts herself behind 0-1. She's only taken 1 ball today, and that came in the 4th inning when Audrey Holland grounded out to the pitcher. McKenna Moore sets, kicks, fires to Holland. That ball's low and out of the zone. Holland's going to swing through it. It's got 2 strikes on her. Tell she's getting frustrated with herself at the plate. She just needs to calm down. Step up big. Do your best to put that ball into play. Choke up on the bat, and just try to slap that ball and put it into play, and let's see what can happen. Holland's going to swing. She's going to foul that one straight back. Curry Barton makes a great play in the stands and then fires a seed back to McKenna Moore on the mound. Sign him up, folks. He's ready to play. Holland, 2 on, 2 strikes on her, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Moore fires to the plate. Holland's going to take that ball high. That's going to put it in a 1-2 count. Holland right on that one, fouls it straight back to the fence. 1-2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Donettes once again lead 8-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The winner of this game goes on to play Willow Springs in the Class 2 District 2 championship game. McKenna fires home, and that ball's right down the pipe, and Audrey takes it looking and is going to get the backwards K in exchange. She's got 3 Ks on the day with a ground out to the pitcher. She's 0 for 4, but the Donettes still have the lead, 8-5. Now, here we come into the top of the 7th inning. Donettes up 8-5. What that means is the Donettes can record 3 outs going through the top of the lineup against the East Carter County Redbirds. They are going to move from the semifinals into the final game here tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock at Quick Creek Field in Doniphan, Missouri. Got 9-1-2 coming to the plate for East Carter County Redbirds. That's going to get started with Bailey Gargak, followed by Naomi Crowley, and then Brooklyn Loftus. Together, these 3 girls have 5 hits between the 3 of them. So I would say they're going to be putting the ball into play. I hope Kaylee Davis buckles down here, fills up the strike zone like she's been doing all night. She's been doing a great job of keeping the Donettes into every at-bat. Davis still hasn't given up a single walk here through the 7th inning, and that's all you can ask out of your pitcher. In high school sports, if you've got a pitcher that'll get up there and throw strikes into the zone, you put yourself in a position to win every single ball game, and Kaylee Davis has done that for the Donettes here tonight. In's going to step number 23, Bailey Gargak. The Donettes would love nothing more than a quick 1-2-3 here to move into the championship game tomorrow afternoon. Davis fires. That ball's going to be softly fouled off to the right side, and she's going to find herself in a hole, 0-1. Davis sets, kicks, fires home. That's going to be a ground ball down third base side. Hannah Ponder's going to let it go foul, though, before she scoops it up, and that's going to move the count to 0-2. Gargak has a single and an RBI that came in the second inning, and she lined out to shortstop Paige Eddington in the fourth. 1 for 2 on the day, 0 for 2 at the plate right now. Davis sets, kicks, fires home. That ball looked close. Home plate umpire says no, a little bit outside. Some groans from the Doniphan section, wanting that ball to be called a strike, wanting Davis to pick up her 4th K on the afternoon. Davis fires home. Soft liner to shortstop. Paige Eddington comes charging in hard, scoops, fires to first base. What a great play by Paige Eddington. Phenomenal play. Knew she didn't have a chance to catch that on the line. Knew the only way to get Bailey Gargak in that situation is come charging in hard and catch it and get rid of it almost instantly. And Paige did just that. Ball rolled up her glove a little bit. She picked it up with her throwing hand and threw a rocket over to first base, Timberly mashing for the first out. In steps the leadoff hitter, number 24, Naomi Crowley. Donettes have an out here in the top of the 7th inning, trying to close the door on this game. East Carter County started out hot, had the Donettes all the way down until about the 4th inning, and the Donettes chipped away slowly and put themselves in a position to win this ball game. Davis has thrown 2 straight balls here. That's the first time tonight she started an AB with back-to-back balls. Davis fires to the plate. Crowley hits a hard line drive into left field. Dutton moves over to cut it off. Crowley's going to move into second. Dutton fires. Pulls Eddington off the bag slightly. That's Madison Eddington off the bag slightly. She's going to be standing into second base with an RBI double. A little bit of life coming from the East Carter County dugout now. Got a runner in scoring position with 1 out and a good spot in their lineup. Got Brooklyn Loftus, who's reached base 3 times today, twice on hits, and then an error by Madison Eddington. So she's been on base 3 times with 2 hits. Looking to extend this for the East Carter County Redbirds. Davis fires home. That ball's taken on the outside corner. Naomi Crowley's venturing way off at second base, but Lexi Day keeping a watchful eye, begging for her to go so she can throw her out at third base. 1-0 count. Loftus gets her pitch. Hits a hard ball to Madison Eddington. Redemption for Eddington, who booted a ball in the second inning. Hit by Loftus. Picks it up. Fires over to first base. And the Donettes find themselves 1 out away from moving to the championship game of Class 2 District 2 playoffs here. Eddington, like I said, the lone error that the Donettes have made. The crowd's going to stand, cheer them on here. In's going to step the 3-hole hitter, Madison Holloway. Madison Eddington with the lone error for the Donettes gets redemption. And that's going to be a fly ball hit into center field. Dutton's tracking it well, makes a catch, and the Donettes are going to move to the championship game of the Class 2 District 2 tournament. Fly ball into center field to Jalen Dutton to end it. Comes on strong, makes a great catch to end the ball game. The Donettes had to battle themselves in a great position, but they're going to come out ahead and win that ball game 8-5. Some stellar defense. I can't emphasize that enough. The defense of the Donettes is what's going to keep them from winning that ball, or keep them winning that ball game right there. Hit the ball well and put it in play, yes, but defensively is the difference maker there. They turned 2 double plays, some diving plays, some plays maybe that they shouldn't have made that the Donettes ended up coming with, and that's going to end up pushing that that little extra they need to win that ball game right there for them. Once again, the Donettes win by a score of 8-5 against the East Carter County Redbirds, and that is going to end the fall season for East Carter. The Donettes will play here again tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock at Quick Creek Field, and they will take on the number 1 seeded Willow Springs Bears. And Willow did a great job today playing Alton and took that win 8-0. And they took that win 8-0 early in that first game, and that's who the Donettes are going to match up with here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Coach Eddington has to be happy. His daughters played well. His girls played well. All the way around, it was a well-played game by the Donettes. Only one error defensively for the Donettes and a couple web gems, like I said. The Donettes are going to end the day with 8 runs on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits and a big home run, that insurance run by Paige Eddington in the 6th inning is going to push the Donettes lead to an 8-5 win over East Carter County Redbirds. This has been Dalton Pennington at Quick Creek Field by Doniphan High School. It's been my pleasure. The Donettes win by a score of 8-5.